Welcome. Below, we're going to use our given number lines here on our page to draw some intervals that are described in words. So this first one is use the number line below to draw the interval representing all values of x between -2 and 7, inclusive. Inclusive means we include the -2 and the 7. Then we're going to describe our sketch using interval notation. So first, let's find -2. -2, this is not -2, that's +2. -2 is here, and we're including it, so we're going to draw a closed dot. And in case you're rusty on this, closed dot means include. Open dot means not included. So now let's go ahead and find the 7. The 7 is here. So we're going to draw again a closed dot there. And now we're going to connect the dots because, not just because they're there and we connect all dots that we see, this is not what we do at all. We're drawing an interval representing the values between. So the values between are here, which means we can connect these dots. It didn't say the value is less than this one and more than this one. It said between. This is between. So please don't just connect dots because you see them. That's something I see a lot with beginning students in my classes. That you come in and you see 2 dots, and because you see more than 1 dot, you connect them all, whether or not you have to connect them. So please don't do that. Okay, now let's use interval notation and inequality notation. So in interval notation, we do brackets, -2, 7, and close bracket because it's included. And I'm sorry for that jump in the screen. I'm going to zoom out a bit more so I can actually make this a table form. Let's see, where can I fit this? I'll fit this right below. On your own notes, if you're in my class, this might not fit. So please put this on a Post-it note and stick that Post-it note right here where you can see it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a table. Oops. There's something I have hidden that I don't want you all to see. So there we go. So here's included, not included. This is my little table I'm going to make. And I suggest you do this too. Again, if it doesn't fit on your page, use a Post-it note, use another sheet of paper, make sure you paperclip or staple that to this page. So we include dots and open circles. And then when it comes to interval notation, that is included is brackets. So this bracket or this bracket. And you don't have to necessarily, they don't have to necessarily face each other. So actually, I'll put them one on top of the other because they don't necessarily have to face each other. And then for not included, we use parentheses. So this is our little table to help ourselves out with this. So this is for a number line first. Number line. Interval notation. And then inequality notation. Now let's go ahead and write out the inequality notation for this example we're still working on. For inequality notation, we'd say -2 is less than or equal to x is less than or equal to 7. So again, we have these brackets for inequality notation. Either ones work. One thing I want to warn everyone is for inequality notation, we write the smallest to largest. So make sure you always write smallest to largest. Smallest to largest. So your brackets will always be facing to the right in this case. Now let's look at interval notation and inequality notation in our number line for a different example. And this is encroaching on the next example, so I'll move it there. So we're going to use the number line below to draw the interval representing all values of x between -8 and 0, including only the larger number. Describe your sketch using interval notation. So let's go ahead and find -8, and then I'll discuss which one we're going to include and not include. So -8 is here, and 0 is here. Which number is larger? If you said 0, you are correct. So we do a closed dot at 0 and an open dot at -8. And if you don't know why that is, you have more money if you have 0 money in the bank than if you have -$8 in your bank account, because that means you're overdrawn and over the bank money. So remember, 0 is always larger than negative numbers. In interval notation, we write -8, comma 0. We put an open parenthesis with -8 and a closed bracket here with 0. For inequality notation, we put -8 is less than, x is less than or equal to 0. So with inequality notation, if something is not included, you would use a bracket like this. Excuse me, not a bracket, an inequality like this, without an underline on it. Oh, look what I forgot. I forgot something really important. Oops, that's not what I forgot. Excuse me, how silly that I forgot this. Look, values between -8 and 0. We didn't shade this, whereas we should have shaded it in here. There we go. And it's unfortunate I gave you guys 2 examples where you do connect the dots, but remember, don't always connect the dots. We only connected the dots because we have this between here, all right? That is all I have for you in this video. I hope you learned something new or solidified a concept you might not have been so confident in. Please keep calm and math on.